to the country is investigated by the Ministry of Health. And consultation on the new national competency-based curriculum takes place in Orange Walk. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Friday, March 31st, 2023.
I am ready. You're getting the new and improved me. This is nice.
I think what really impressed him was the fact that I didn't turn into a monster.
Bring on the heat! Start up the gunfire! Wait for the day!
It's about a relationship that hopefully many people can relate to.
Enjoy your favorite HBO original series and movies with
Centaur, your kind of company.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
This is our best chance to find a habitable planet.
You're shooting the bullet. You're catching it.
Arrakis is a death trap.
Enjoy your favorite HBO original series and movies with
Centaur, your kind of company.
Indulge the flavor. Go beyond meat. Looks like meat. Tastes like meat. But it's better than meat. 100% plant-based. Rich in protein, 50% less saturated fat, no GMOs, no added soy, packed with benefits and sustainable. Beyond meat, good for you, good for the environment. Now available in 6 different types of products in Belize. Beyond burger, beyond sausage, beyond beef, beyond chicken nuggets, beyond chicken tenders, beyond steak, beyond meat, distributed by United Distributors Limited.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
¡Es hoy! ¡Por fin es hoy!
A rodar.
¡Sí, señor!
¡Esto va a estar bueno!
Enjoy your favorite HBO original series and movies with
Centaur, your kind of company.
Am I missing a tooth?
Enjoy your favorite HBO original series and movies with
Centaur, your kind of company.
The Integrated Ridge to Reef Management of the Mesoamerican Reef Ecoregion Project strengthens governance of the Mesoamerican reef system and creates conditions to position the ridge to reef approach in the management of water, coastal, and marine resources. What is the ridge to reef approach? This approach consists in a broad view in plan, restore,
Good evening. With your news, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Last night, fire personnel responded to a fire reported at the Gabriel Hoare Market in Corozal around 2 a.m. Luckily, the fire station is located on the same block and the response team was at the scene in minutes. But while the blaze was controlled, one vendor, Noemi Castillo, lost everything. Our news team visited the scene, and Elmer Cornejo has that story.
A fire broke out around 2 this morning in the heart of Corozal town. Fire personnel were called in and were dispatched immediately to the Gabriel Hoare Market, located only a stone's throw away from the fire station. Within minutes, firefighters were in action, but while the inferno was contained, tacos vendor Noemi Castillo had lost everything. The fire devoured her taco stand with all its belongings inside, from pots and pans to the coffee cups. Unfortunately, the small building was not insured. Today we spoke to a distraught Castillo, who has been in the tacos business for more than 35 years, and in an instant lost more than $20,000 worth of investment.
Yo cuando me enteré, porque llegaron como a las 4 de la mañana a avisarme. Solo así me enteré, mis hijos son los que vinieron.
Entonces, ¿se destruyó todo?
Todo está destruido por dentro, no quedó nada. Nada quedó. Refrigeradores, material de trabajar, todo se destruyó. Cuando me llegaron a avisar y miré, pensé que era algo que le había pasado a alguno de mis hijos. Le di gracias a Dios porque lo material se hace. Lo de un ser humano está duro. Entonces le di gracias a Dios porque me voy a levantar con la ayuda de Dios. Vamos a salir adelante.
¿Se podía haber traspasado para los otros negocios?
Se podía haber traspasado para los otros negocios, pero gracias a Dios, pues es lo que digo, el guachimán sí se menearon, porque si ellos no se hubieran meneado, los bomberos no hubieran venido a tiempo. Los bomberos hicieron su trabajo bien y el guachimán también, porque ellos avisaron con tiempo.
Castillo now hopes that her stall is rebuilt swiftly by the Corozal Town Council, so she can get back to work as 5 families depend on her business to survive.
Pues, no sé, con la ayuda de Dios y pensando que tal vez el alcalde nos da una cooperación, aunque sea para la mano de obra, y nosotros poner con ayuda de Dios a conseguir un préstamo, pues, y reparar adentro, porque hay que quitar todo el techo, pero esperando que el alcalde coopere, aunque sea con que nos dé hombres para trabajar. Aquí vamos a hacer la lucha, aquí afuera, como comenzamos hoy.
Me acuerdo de chavito, usted estaba del otro lado. ¿Usted tiene cuántos años aquí trabajando?
Aquí en el mercado tengo como unos 25 años. Si conseguimos ayuda de la alcaldía, puede ser que en unos 2 días, 3 días se levante el techo. Si conseguimos ayuda de la alcaldía, porque la mano de obra es bien cara.
While she lost everything, Castillo is glad that no one was inside the building when the fire erupted.
Pues pienso que yo necesito trabajar rápido, y si voy, solo si el alcalde viniera y dijera, pues vamos a levantarle su negocio, porque adentro es el techo, pintarlo, lo que necesita, y poner los stand y todo eso. Pues si él estuviera dispuesto a ayudarme, pues, pero si no, pues yo tengo que ponerme a darle, porque no los podemos quedar atrás. Son trabajadores, soy yo, tengo una cuenta en el banco en Credit Junior de $50,000 que pagar, y no podemos estar sin trabajar. Hay muchachos estudiando, tengo uno afuera y uno acá, y todo eso es gasto, entonces no podemos parar de trabajar. Con la ayuda de Dios, pues ahí vamos.
For those wishing to assist Castillo, you can stop by at the Gabriel Hor Market to drop off your financial donations. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
If there is a sentence that every Belizean utilizes daily, is that of everything gone up. The root of the fact is that the prices of goods and supplies is becoming an issue due to inflation caused by many factors, including shipping and even the war between Russia and Ukraine. And then there is the issue of price gouging, and in order to deal with the problem, government has introduced the Supplies Control Amendment Bill at the House of Representatives. The bill will see delinquent stores being ticketed for price gouging. The amendment to the legislation can also witness the possibility shutdown of a business. The aim is to protect consumers, and in order to inform store owners about the new measures, Cabinet agreed to set up meetings with wholesalers and retailers to ensure that everyone understands the urgency of the situation. One of those meetings took place today in the Old Capital, where Minister of Agriculture Jose Abelardo May, along with the Controller of Supplies Lennox Nicholson, met with business owners of the Chinese community.
The Supplies Control Act now, the officers are allowed now to issue tickets. We had been in consultation with the store owners for some time. We've been doing rounds on the media explaining what we will do. Today we had the opportunity to meet with our partners in the community, which is the Chinese community, which essentially are involved in business of owning shops and so on. Many of them here are wholesalers and retailers, but as partners in this, we explain to them what the regulations are now and how they can help us to control the gouging. It was a very good meeting. It was very cordial, and I think it is a step in the right direction. I think they all agree that we are in this together and that we must partner to try to give the opportunity to Belizeans to have a decent livelihood. I don't think that it's fair for anybody to be gouging, or we know that inflation is a reality, but there may be people who are taking that as an advantage and raising prices that are unnecessarily and making lives of Belizeans even harder.
But how do you measure where imported inflation ends and price gouging takes effect? Honorable Maya Nicholson explains.
We said, well, there is a way to to disprove or to prove that. I mean, you go to the stores, show me your receipts, show me your invoices, and I can see where this invoice comes from. And then if I see that you're selling it, it's easy to confirm that. But let us answer that better.
Yeah, so that is one of the key discussion points that we had with the community, because everybody recognizes the impact that inflation is having. As an importing country, a good amount of that is actually imported inflation. What we need to do as the enforcement agency is to be able to distinguish where imported inflation ends and gouging starts. And you would have noticed that certain goods were taken into the room, and we explain some of our findings from inspections where we can show where that imported inflation aspect ended and where the gouging started. And the minister mentioned about our collaboration with the community, because that is key, because one of the things we need to be able to do is to map throughout the entire distribution chain and identify exactly where the problem point may be, right? And that's why the minister made mention of the receipts and invoices, so that we are able to identify whether there is a problem at the importer end, the wholesaler end, or the retailer end, because we want to ensure that when we make our enforcement intervention, it is effective, and it will only be effective if we're properly targeting the element that has the problem.
But how do you keep track of those committing the act in order to penalize them? That task lands in the lap of the Supplies and Control Unit.
We actually have access to certain administrative records where we are able to determine the landed cost of goods, cost, insurance, freight, taxes, duties and taxes. Actually, in most instances, the basic food items do not pay duties, right? So the government actually have limited latitude in terms of what they can do by foregoing taxes on those products. So we are able to track landed costs for the goods. Where the gap has always been is that intermediate step between importation and the retailer, and that is where the cooperation of the retailers and the Chinese community will be very key.
Representing the Belize Chinese Association in today's meeting was its president, John Sun Oh. While Oh thanks the present administration for meeting with members of the association, he also told the media that as retailers, their prices are affected by wholesalers.
We are working on that, and the most important part that is not we just the retailers, and we are not the importer, or not even the primary wholesaler. The max in my community is the secondary wholesaler, and then majority is the retailer. So our price is affected a lot, very much by the importers.
Would you just give me a second. We have to make that noise in the background. Would you agree that to an extent there are some members of your community taking advantage of the whole issue of inflation and the conversation of inflation as an excuse to unjustifiably hike prices?
I can't say that, but it's a possibility. And if anybody doing that, well, that one should get penalized.
You feel so?
Yes.
As for the ticketing system recently implemented, AO believes it will come along with a number of obstacles.
That ticketing to me is very hard to justify. To prove it is hard. I mean, for any officer to issue a ticket to any premises is very easy. But is it if the officer is doing the right thing, and does he or she do the necessity to find out if that premises is violating to really qualify for that ticket?
Yeah.
So that's very hard. That's very tough. That causes a lot of argument.
Prime Minister John Briceño was also present at today's meeting. Of note is that Cabinet has also agreed to establish the practice of store inspections and monitoring as offered by the unions. One essential staple that saw an increase on Monday is poultry. The price per pound of the product went up by 10 cents, and the hike is attributed to the constant increase in the processing of poultry and the cost of a local grain. While poultry products have proven to be the cheapest and preferred source of protein for Belizeans, the price increase is inevitable, says the Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May.
The prices of goods have gone up across the world, corn being one of them, soybean. You see, sometimes you tend to believe that Belize is an island. We produce our own corn, and so therefore, if the price of corn goes up in the U.S., it should not go up in Belize because we produce our own corn. We're not an island. Supply and demand is global. So when the price of corn in the U.S. is the largest producer of corn in the world. So when their price goes up, the Guatemalans say, well, I can't buy from the U.S., I better buy from Belize, and I'm offering $50 per 100 pounds. So they come and offer the farmer $50 per 100 pound sack. But the tortilla mill in Belize has to offer the same price. So automatically it goes up. It's law of supply and demand. Okay. Right?
What do you
so
feel?
That is, and at this moment I've asked my office, my ministry, to do an analysis of the commodities. For example, corn. If the price of corn goes up, what is affected? Well, it affects the price of poultry, the price of pork, the price of, not beef maybe, but eggs. If the price of rice goes up, it affects directly the consumer, because we consume the rice. But when corn goes up, when soybean goes up, a number of other commodities goes up, because they're dependent on the animal feed.
But some may say that 10 cents was a small increase. The manager, Mr. Amanda Koro, said it's very minuscule, so he believes that it shouldn't have been passed to the consumer. Is this something that you agree with?
It shouldn't have been passed to the consumer, so who would observe that?
He's saying that the retailers.
It doesn't work like that. I mean, if it goes up, it goes up. At the end of the day, it is the consumer that pays.
Earlier this week, we told you about the couple who was busted trying to contraband almost $1 million worth of medicine here in the north over the weekend. German Antonio Lobos and Maribel de Leon were intercepted by custom officers on Sunday, March 26th on the San Antonio Road inside a white Chevrolet Silverado, transporting 25 boxes of medicine for which they were unable to provide proper documentation. These boxes, according to reports, contained a large assortment of medication, including tablets, solutions, and injections. While it is yet to be confirmed, information is that the operation had been ongoing for several years, and the medication is brought into the country for a well-known pharmacy owner in Orange Walk town. The value of the contraband medication was placed at over $900,000. This particular case, according to Minister of Health Kevin Bernard, is being investigated in depth as it constitutes a very serious offense to transport unauthorized medication into the country.
When I got wind of that information through a phone call, by the way, my response was simple. Take the matter to the full extent of the law. We cannot allow, we've been hearing these things for years, that has been happening, but we cannot allow people to get away. I don't care who they are. I don't care which political party they are assigned to or favors. That is health you're talking about. You're talking about people's livelihood, life actually, not livelihood, but life, because you cannot allow medications to come to this country without being inspected properly. So
have not been approved.
that has never been approved. They did not get a permit, so they did it illegally, and you pay for your actions.
And then, Minister.
As we told you on Tuesday, both individuals were charged with 1 count of transporting goods liable to customs duties. They both pled not guilty to the charge and were offered bail in the sum of $4,000 each, plus 2 sureties of $2,000 each. Both accused were also ordered to surrender travel documents and report to the police station every Wednesday until their next trial date set for June 16th. Social media was abuzz on Wednesday morning following reports made by Belizean American car dealer Eduardo Usher, who says he was robbed by Mexican authorities. In the report made by a Mexican social media influencer, Usher claims to have been extorted by the PGR, which are state police in Escaracega, while en route to Belize from the U.S. In the live video, a clearly terrified usher says he fears for his safety and that Mexican authorities may also attempt to take the 2 cars that he is currently transporting. Here is a snippet of the live video captured by a Mexican reporter.
Pararon, me pidieron documentos, se los di todo y luego buscaron una falta diciendo que este vehículo negro no tiene permiso para estar en México. Yo le expliqué que sí y fuimos y hablamos a la agencia que me hace todo el trámite y la agencia le estaba explicando y no querían oír y de allá fueron y dijeron que me van a quitar los carros, me van a detener. Fui a una comisaría, les dije vamos, me dijeron que van a poner la esposa, hice que me pongan la esposa pero no me lo querían poner porque yo pienso que saben que no estoy malo, solo me estaban asustando y de último lo que pasó que me dijeron para que te ayudemos, tú dime qué puedes hacer. Y yo tenía como 3,000 pesos en mi bolsa y se metieron, sacaron mi dinero de mi bolsa y me quitaron las llaves, me quitaron todos los papeles y me metieron en la troca para que la gente no me pueda ver y luego lo que hicieron, como no tenía, me dieron, pues necesitamos 200 americanos, le digo yo no tengo y pues en el banco, déjame transferencia y me hicieron que abra mi cuenta de mi banco también y como no podía hacer la transferencia y el 3,000 dólares, el 3,000 pesos no dio, ellos querían más, entonces vieron una pantalla de 58 pulgadas adentro y me dijo que tengo de dejar eso y yo les dije que no lo va a dejar y ahí están diciendo que pues me van a llevar y a cambio yo le estoy explicando al oficial y hasta me quería agredir, me dijo que me va a meter un putazo en la boca, que me callara y yo estoy bien asustado de ello porque yo solito estaba allá afuera.
¿Y la televisión se la quitaron?
Me quitaron mi televisión y me quitaron 3,000 pesos.
3,000 pesos, bueno.
In the video, Usher as well as the reporter made several attempts to report the incident to federal police. However, their attempts proved futile and the video ends without an official report being made. After meeting with primary school stakeholders from across the country back in 2022, the Ministry of Education is now meeting with high schools across the country where consultations are being held on the new national competency-based curriculum as it is being piloted during this transition year. Today, a team from the Ministry of Education, led by Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Louise Zabani, along with President of the Belize National Teachers Union, Senator Elena Smith, and members of the Curriculum and Assessment Unit met with the principal and staff of New Hope High School. The hope, according to Dr. Zabani, is to finalize the new curriculum and have it implemented in all institutions across the country by start of the 2023-2024 school year.
So we're engaged with our partners in countrywide consultations now at the high school level. We've done 2 rounds of face-to-face at the primary level, and now we are at schools here in Orange Walk, today at New Hope High School, but we've been to Stan Creek District, and we've also been to Corozal, and in the next few weeks we will do the rest of the other districts. So it's for us to come and discuss with them where they are with the implementation of this new competency-based framework that we have set out for all schools, and we're getting excellent feedback. We have seen that many schools have started with one aspect or the other aspect of this framework, and that is what we're doing today here, discussing with the principal and her team, learning from them, and asking them also to share with us those ideas that they may have so that we can have a successful implementation.
With consultations now completed within the primary school level, Minister Zabane says the ministry now has a good idea of some of the challenges faced and how best to address them.
As we go forward now, we're looking at teacher training, and that is occurring on 2 sides. One, in-service training. That means teachers who are already in the profession, and we use our virtual platform at the ministry to share this whole knowledge of competency-based education. But we're also about to embark on consultations with the tertiary institutions, the 6 farms, University of Belize, all of our tertiary institutions, because their curricula for teacher training has to also transform. And it's not just that, but all the subject matters that are offered at these institutions will need now to develop a competency-based approach to the way it is shared with students. This new crop of graduates from high schools will now be coming out as much more competent, and so the sixth forms and the universities will now need to be prepared for a type of student that will be coming there well prepared and with a different level of expectations on how they will be taught, how their competencies that they would have understood, the 7 competencies, how that would be continued to be developed at the tertiary level.
Successfully achieved curriculum reform in Belize, head itinerant officer Miriam Pass says transparent collaboration between educators and the Ministry of Education is essential.
It's one of the things that is very important to understand here is that teachers need to know that we have the support. This time we have the support, and it has always been a battle between teachers and the Ministry of Education, because prior to what's happening now, we've always had a ministry that is imposing things on us, like this is the way it's going to be done, this is how we want you guys to implement if any change was to take place. But now it's different. Consultations are being done. We've met with with almost all the primary schools across the country, from Toledo to Corozal. The minister itself, along with his team, has met with teachers, large groups, small groups, and now what we're doing as the IROs are doing now, we are actually going to different schools face to face, collect data. What are the challenges that you are having in your classroom? Teachers are sharing and they're honest. You know, we're not going to their classroom to grade them or to assess them. This is the time that we are providing the support. Tell us, teacher training, teaching methodologies, teaching strategies, how will we be able to grade the competencies? So this is the support that we are providing now. So teachers are no longer alone, and we're here to do that.
As direct partners in the process to ensure meaningful change in the educational system, President of the BNTU, Elena Smith, says that teachers are also prepared to do their part.
When the consultations were happening, we were meeting with the teachers directly, and so we were able to hear from them directly. And then when we had our branch meetings, I had asked them if there were any other things that they wanted to share with us that they didn't share during that time. So we've heard from them, and now we are hearing from the secondary school teachers. I believe at the end of this, there's going to be a sit down for us to look at. Because with the primary, as we went along and we got concerns, the ministry went back and we tried to fix those right away. So that come September, we would have an improved set of unit plans, an improved set of guidelines for them in terms of how they would go about implementing regards to the lesson plans, the curriculum, the report card, because it's going to be a new report card. So those things, we have been making changes as we move along. We may not have covered all of them, but for the most part, those concerns that we heard that were similar across our districts, we have dealt with those as best as we could. As with everything else, we need to take some more time to go back again, do a review and see if there are any additional concerns or anything that were not addressed, and then work on those along with the ministry.
Today's session, according to Principal of New Hope High School, Eugenia Gongara, brings to light the work which needs to be done to ensure students receive the best education possible.
It's important for us to be aware of what is happening in regards to this change, right, and other perspective that others might have. And we have been trying to implement some of the aspects already, although it's not official, but we're trying to practice so that coming next school year we have a grasp of what we need to change or what we need to incorporate so that we're able to make a real change and adapt to whatever needs to be changed.
Talk to us about, the process that would need to be in terms of your teachers. The minister mentioned training. How open would your teachers be to something like this in trying to change what you guys have already established, for years?
Well, as humans, we have that fear of change. However, our teachers have embraced and they're willing. We have been practicing part of what has already been established. So we know that it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of dedication. So we have been implementing it over the years. So maybe some other changes will be included, but they're ready. They're willing to adapt to those changes and embrace it for the benefit of our students.
Consultations continues with high schools across the country. Coming up next, Empower Her workshop marks the culmination of Women's Month. Stay tuned.
Buenos días. 2 boletos para Ficacar, por favor. ¿Ida y vuelta? 54. Este dinero es falso. ¿Falso?
Sí, este billete es falso.
¿Y por qué es falso?
Porque un verdadero billete de $50 tiene una marca de agua en la forma de un jaguar con la marca de agua y electrotipia de denominación y un hilo de seguridad.
Conozca su dinero. Reconozca el billete falso al verlo. No se confíe en solo una de las características de seguridad. Busque la claridad y calidad de la impresión. Las líneas y el color impresos deben ser nítidas y claras. Sienta la calidad del papel y de la impresión levantada. Ponga el billete a la luz y observe. El hilo de seguridad avantanillada debe formar una línea completa cuando se pone a la luz. La marca de agua y la electrotipia de denominación, el Jaguar, es la marca de agua en los billetes de $100 y $50. El gigante dormido es la marca de agua en los billetes de $20, $10, $5 y $2. El registro perfecto. Las partes del diseño impreso en la parte posterior deben caber exactamente dentro de las áreas sin imprimir en el frente del billete para formar el diseño completo. Revise los billetes de $100 para saber si está el holograma del tucán con la impresión sobrepuesta de la flor de vinca per vinca. Inclínelo para ver las imágenes pequeñas del tucán y el numeral 100. Revise los billetes de $50 para saber si está la imagen del pez ángel en color verde plateado. Mira más cerca. Utilice luz ultravioleta para ver los elementos fluorescentes. Utilice una lupa para ver las letras más pequeñas que leen Central Bank of Belize y el valor del billete. Detenga la circulación de los billetes beliceños falsos. Pasa todas las falsificaciones a la policía inmediatamente. Es una ofensa criminal guardar o utilizar falsificaciones. Esté a salvo, esté seguro, conozca su dinero.
When hungry or craving, when laughter or tears, enjoy the best snacking or flavors are here. Asadas, bocadas, chiladas, doradas, delicious for snacking, done right and done here.
Done right, done here. Indulge the flavor. Go beyond meat. Looks like meat. Tastes like meat. But it's better than meat. 100% plant-based. Rich in protein, 50% less saturated fat, no GMOs, no added soy, packed with benefits and sustainable. Beyond meat, good for you, good for the environment. Now available in 6 different types of products in Belize. Beyond burger, beyond sausage, beyond beef, beyond chicken nuggets, beyond chicken tenders, beyond steak, beyond meat, distributed by United Distributors Limited.
Works are currently in full swing to pave a large majority of the streets within the San Lorenzo housing site area here in Orange Walk Town. The infrastructure works is being done through a collaboration between the Orange Walk Town Council and the Orange Walk Central Area Representative, Prime Minister John Briceño. Earlier this week, both the PM and Mayor Shepherd were in the area as works are continued. This project and others within Orange Walk Central, according to Prime Minister Briceño, are a result of a well-established partnership between area reps and the local government in Orange Walk.
We have managed to form a real close partnership, because it's a partnership. If they do good, I do good. If I do good, they do good. And that's what we have to remember. And my appeal to other area representatives to look at what we're doing in Orange Walk Central, in Orange Walk Town, because Kevin and Monchi does likewise. They work with them. We support the mayor. And as I tell them, if the town council if they do well for the elections, then for the general elections, it's going to be a walk in the park for us. So it's important. All of the work that we do in Orange Walk Central, we do it collaboratively. We do it along with the mayor. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to be in Orange Walk Central like every day. The mayor is in Orange Walk Town every day. So I take advantage of that. So he does a lot of the work for us in Orange Walk Central. Right now we're starting to work in the Philip Alvarez Park. We're paving the road to connect the San Lorenzo housing site. We're fixing over the football field. We're putting over a football field with lights and the bleachers and fixing up the playground. So a lot is happening, but I can't do it alone. I am being quite successful because of Ladrick and his team of councillors, because I work with them.
After many years of lobbying, Mayor Shepherd says this upgrade was very much needed and appreciated by residents in this area.
When you find ways to work with people, many can be done. And especially, like I said, working closely with area representative and the Prime Minister in this area, in the San Lorenzo housing site area, this is something that we have heard people asking for many years, elections after election, and it's so fitting that he decided, let's get it done. You know, so it's the combination of both our work to make sure that the residents of San Lorenzo housing site get their street paved. You know, what we're doing people will want more, but I think we only can do a certain amount. And then at the end of the day, as we speak, I was talking to him about adding a couple more of the streets to be done. But again, we are starting off with this amount, and then eventually down the street we'll be getting the rest done. If I was living here, I would say it's a dream come true. To be honest, it is a dream come true, man. I'm happy. I'm happy. Why I'm happy? Because I've been waiting for something like this to happen for quite a while. So the accomplishment is not for as me as the town council, as mayor, but the accomplishment is for the residents of the San Lorenzo housing site. Because at the end of the day, this is something that they were asking for years, and now it's finally there for them. So again, it's not only about this, about the infrastructure work, but it's about the playground, the park, the walkway, the initiative that the Prime Minister has for his area that he wants to develop. And as you know, we have to find ways to work with our residents, because these people as well vote for us, so we have to make sure they be happy. So again, I must say that I'm very happy for everybody that lives back here.
The ongoing project will also see the creation of a brand new state-of-the-art football field in San Lorenzo housing site, which according to Mayor Shepherd will boost positive activity within the area.
Well, this is something, as the Prime Minister came to the back east side, and you know I'm a sports person, so these kind of initiatives I will surely push. And finally we're getting our football field fixed. They're getting the basketball is going to be a little revamping. There's going to be some new playgrounds. They have tasked me to get some new playgrounds in the area. We're going to have the residents from San Lorenzo inside be a part of something. It's not going to be any more boring Sundays back here anymore. I'm telling everyone, no more boring Sundays, because there's a football field, there's going to be a walk around so the residents can exercise, and we believe in fitness, as the Prime Minister has mentioned to you. He believes that the healthiness lasts long for people. So as you see, we're going to wait a little while. We're going to get some grass thrown on this football field. We're going to have a huge tournament that we can have the residents have something to do on a Saturday or Sunday. Live like a family. You don't have to go nowhere. You don't have to go to the other side, but you can stay right here and enjoy yourself.
How soon can we see that?
Probably I'll say sometime in June it's supposed to be ready, so we can have some games. And as soon as it's finished, we're going to be having some tournaments and stuff for the kids so we can enjoy themselves back here. With bleachers and lights as well too, you know. Because I know the Prime Minister is thinking big. So all of this is a combination with him working along with us to get most of these jobs done.
Simultaneously with works in the San Lorenzo housing site, the Orange Walk Town Council is also engaged in works across the Orange Walk East area through ongoing collaboration with Minister Kevin Bernard.
As we speak, again, when you find ways to work with people, I mentioned that because it does work. Right now, I'm working closely with Honorable Kevin Bernard in the East. We are paving Mayflower Street as we speak. You can take a spin, stop talking to me right now, take the mic off, and take a spin at Mayflower Street. That street is being paved for years and years. That street has not been touched. But the minister is willing enough to collaborate with the town council to get the job done. We have done Cypress Street. That street has not been paved for years, and I have a gentleman on Cypress Street that used to bring me a letter every month. Mr. Mayor, when you have paved my street, but not only to myself, he used to bring it to then Mayor Kevin Bernard, they gave it to Ian Carl, they brought the message to me. I said, finally, so you're going to get your street done. And that's what we want to do. We just want to tell the residents, work with us, pay your property taxes so we can do more in the town. We're going to show you where your money is being spent the right way, because this town council is here to work with everyone. And especially when it comes to the finance, we're going to invest it back right into the town. There's a lot more that we can do, but we have to come up and pay your taxes so we can do more in the town.
One of the most remote villages in the Orange Walk East constituency has been receiving quite the attention since Minister Kevin Bernard was elected to represent the people of that community 2 years ago. As one of the most remote villages in Orange Walk, its people face a number of needs, including electrification. But while technology advancing at a fast pace, life is changing for the people of Santa Marta. Recently, a new starter home handed over to 2 deserving residents who cannot afford electricity was powered by solar energy. Here is that story.
Antoinette Elizabeth Hines and her brother are the most recent beneficiaries of the low-income housing project from the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing. MIDH personnel recently completed a brand new starter house in their home village of Santa Marta, located in the Orange Walk district. They certainly met MIDH's criteria of extreme poverty. Upon closer assessment, however, the government agencies involved in this family's relief efforts realized that uninterrupted access to electricity would not have been affordable for them, even though their village is connected to BEL's power grid. So that's when the decision was taken that their new home should be powered by solar energy.
This family was one identified by our government as having very real need. That's why the house is here. And then as the government looked through it and said, hey, what's their best option for having some amount of power? They decided solar, and we were very happy to get the call to come out and try to assist.
In order to electrify this family's new home, Miller, a retired solar engineer, worked with 2 remarkable Maya lady technicians who went all the way to India to study solar technology for implementation in the remote Maya communities of southern Belize. Meet Florentina Choco and Christina Choc, 2 residents of Toledo. They traveled almost completely across the country to come to this needy family's aid.
Today we're going to install the solar, put up everything. Now, I hope this evening she will have lights. We will give a light to she. I think she will get happy to have a light.
They make the installation process sound so simple and straightforward. But refitting the starter home with solar equipment took several hours of hard work and diligence.
The solar panels are slightly oversized for these batteries. That's going to help make sure that they can always get back to a full charge. Once the batteries are charged, then they have extra electricity during the daytime that they can use for larger appliances. These batteries should last a minimum of 3 years. With the lead carbon ones, they can last up to 12 if everything is just done perfect.
Maximizing efficiency on this project, Miller and teachers from Belize City's Institute for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, ITVET, used the installation process as a teachable moment for students who will become future solar equipment technicians.
This is an on-time and wonderful hands-on experience because we have been talking but now we can actually implement and see the results.
And of course, the biggest beneficiary of all of this effort is Antoinette Hines and her household.
Thank you.
There's really nothing that I can describe to when someone gets a service that they've never had before. And electricity, for so many of us, it's been there. You know, since my high school days, I didn't think about electricity. It was there. And that's not the reality for so many people. And sometimes when we live in the more urban areas, we forget that. So it's a big life change to have light at night, to be able to study, to be able to, you know, extend your day and get more done in a day is such a blessing.
In a few hours, March will come to an end, and so will the activities lined up for Women's Month 2023. But as they say, there is always one for the books, and today, ladies of the Corozal rural and urban areas engage in an empowering workshop to learn skills that will in the future earn them some well-deserved cash. Our reporter, Elmer Cornejo, traveled up north today to capture those moments that will change the lives of Corozal women. Here is that report.
The month of March was replete with activities that engaged women of all walks of life with the prime objective of empowering women during Women's Month celebrated under the theme Embrace Equity. Today in Corozal, Plan Corozal made use of the last day of Women's Month to bring together dozens of women at the Corozal House of Culture to learn a skill or two that will shortly become a vehicle used to earn cash, therefore changing the economic status of each participant. The workshop titled Empower Her is scheduled for 2 days. For day one, the ladies were guided step by step on how to make fragrance candles.
And it's in my hometown, and so I'm very excited to be able to share some of what the National Women's Commission does on a very personal level here at home. One of our priority areas is women's empowerment. A big part of empowering women is through financial empowerment. Because it is very difficult once a woman has children to be able to go out and work, because we don't have very reliable and subsidized childcare in this country. Then it makes it very difficult for a woman to go back out into the job market. So she has to find ways in which she can supplement her income from home. So financial empowerment is a big part of empowering women, and I thought that that this would be a good way to teach women in Corozal new skills. So we have women from Corozal town and from the surrounding villages that have come to learn how to make scented candles, which are very expensive if you're buying them from brand names. How to make natural soaps, how to make body butters and body scrubs and face scrubs, all from ingredients that they can source in country. You know, oatmeal soaps. There's a soap here that I've seen that's made out of sorose. So yes, so it's, they are going to become very creative, and they will be able to do these things from home. Part of this course also teaches them how to market, how to price, and how to sell their products. So there's a little bit for everybody, you know. Not everybody's into the candles, but some of them might be into the detergent making, because there's things like disinfectants and dishwashing liquid that are going to be in the sessions today and tomorrow. So it's a crash course. It's only.
But to start their own business, participants need to learn the process of getting the right temperature of wax and the right dose of fragrance oil to create the product. And learn they did, with the guidance of facilitator Glennis Williams, who says making candles and detergent is rather a sustainable business and one that is almost non-existent in Corozal.
We teach them how to do things with their hands. So there is a range of things that we do right at Corozal Street in Belmopan at my home. what we try to ensure, especially with women, is to show them that they have a gift within them. You can do everything that we teach in the home, using a lot of the things that you have in your home. And while you need to cook and have your kids coming from school, you can make an income at the same time. That's the idea behind Creative Hands, so that we can empower women, so that they, in turn, can do things without having to leave their homes, because that we saw that as a problem, where women want a job, but they have kids, and they're trapped, and they're torn between the two. I leave my kids, they're unattended, they have to eat, somebody have to cook. So to try to get that balance in, we have programs where we teach different things. We do dishwashing liquid, floor cleaners, hand sanitizers, we do facial scrubs, we do body butter, we do all types of beading, we do sewing. We try to make sure we do the cold press soap and the melt and pour soap. We did today just the basic candle making. What we are trying to make sure, we are showing the women the process of making the candle, to look at the cost of making candles, and at the end of the day we want to continue showing them how we market candles. We are saying to women, all of you can get training in every single area, because each person is unique. Like blades of grass, they're all different. So your product will be different. And we cannot all serve all of the population of Belize. So if we train, your uniqueness, what you put in, you can get out. So it's not hard, and what we want to show, and under the guidance of Plan Corozal, we want to try to get this through to the women here that, look, you have hope.
As for the women, they told us how the 2 days of session will impact their lives and economic status.
First of all, thank you for giving us an opportunity. These kind of events or programs don't really happen here in Corozal. You know, we always hear that they're in Belize City or more down south. So to have it here in Corozal is just really good. I think that whatever they're going to be doing, because they have kept their promise so far when it comes to having all of these different programs, especially for women. So I think that a thank you. We're very grateful, and they have my full support when it comes to being a part of it. I think that Plan Corozal and Mistea has done such a wonderful job, including everyone, especially here in Corozal. I think we really need this, because we have a lot of women, as you can see, it's really packed up. So women are looking forward for these kind of programs. So thank you for them for considering us here. I am a small business owner, so learning all these new things like candles, the body lotions, or whatever they're teaching today is really good. I'm really enjoying it, and it's really easy and hands-on, so I'm having a good time. And also my daughter's here with me, she's 11. And even she's finding it very easy to do, and she's having fun, and we're really loving the experience. I do have an online store. It's called Bellissima. So far I was only doing shoes and doing the pre-orders, but this is something new that I can offer to my customers, something that it will also be very affordable, because I'm making it at home, right? So I'm not having to buy these products outside. So yes, definitely putting it on the market, whatever I'm learning here, doing it with lots of love so I can share with my customers.
I am having a nice experience today dealing with the candles. It's very nice, it's very happy interacting with new people also, and I think learning this day is very amazing, because I had the idea but I didn't know exactly how to do it. So this is very interesting for me, and I think not only for me, for everybody that is participating today. This is about candle. It has a process that we have to go through, right? We need several stuff like a little oven, we need hot water, boiled water, we need the wax candle, and this go into a process like heating up the water, putting on the candle to be dissolved, and then get some containers to put it in, and we put some to have a scent on it. We use orange scent, and it really, indeed, it's very nice. So just on smelling, I should say if we put it in our rooms, or especially in our bathrooms, that will say a very good and nice scent for the bathroom or the room or the living room.
Tomorrow, the workshop continues as the ladies are taught how to chisel their products to become one that is unique and competitive in the market. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
Opening its doors in August of 1992, Muffles Junior College has been providing meaningful and quality education to students from the North for 3 decades, overcoming many challenges throughout its years of existence, including the most recent COVID-19 pandemic. Today, MJC celebrated its 30-year anniversary in a very big way. Part of today's celebration saw students from all graduating classes commemorated for their contribution to the community. From lawyers to educators and even religious leaders formed part of today's celebration. Growing from only 30 plus students to over 300 now, long-standing Dean of the institution, Adrian Leiva, says MJC prides itself as being the leading tertiary institution in the North.
I think Orange Walk was the last district to have a junior college, and at those times we used to call it sixth form. And the Minister of Education at that time said, okay, Orange Walk is ready for its junior college, but it will not be a government junior college, it will be under the auspices of the predominant high school at the time, Muffles High School. The Sisters of Mercy were approached and they accepted, and that is how Muffles Junior College came into being. It started with 38 students. We didn't even have all the facilities. That's why it had to start under the administration of the high school, because it started very small. It had facilities and human resources. And I remember the first class being actually just a partition dividing where the faculty of the high school used to work. 38 students doing 1 degree, business science. And from that number, 22 of them completed the associate's degree. So our first graduating class was 22 graduates.
Wow.
Yes, over time, the school went growing. Little by little, we began to introduce more programs. And in 2003, we made a historic achievement. We became the first junior college to relocate on its own campus. And that is the campus where we are now. All other junior colleges at that time, and up to today, they share campuses with their sister high schools. Not to say that that is a bad thing, as long as they can administrate it well. But we took that step with the idea that we wanted to create an authentic college culture for our students and to allow development. If you know where the original junior college building was, it's in the corner of the high school campus.
Right.
That would not have allowed for growth.
And as the society continues to lean towards technology, MJC is also adapting to ensure that it continues to provide quality education amidst these changing times.
I joined Muffles Junior College some 15 years ago. It's going to 15 years, and I must say that from the very start, I stepped in on campus, I noticed that we have organization, we have a sense of purpose. And I was able to easily fit in because I believe that we need to do things with a sense of purpose. You know, things that are to be meaningful, they need to be relevant. But in addition to that, like Mr. Leiva mentioned, we have a fine group of people working at Muffles Junior College. They take pride in what they do. They embrace professionalism. But more importantly, they are very, they adapt well. In 2020, when the school had to go in a different mode because of the pandemic, that's where the technology came in. Right. We had one of our instructors already using a platform, Moodle, that he was using in his classroom alone. And so when we said, okay, where do we go from here? Because we won't have face-to-face classes, so we need to go, we have to find some means to continue delivering. And we readily said, okay, let's try Moodle. And I must say that our faculty are, they are quick learners. They adapt well. They embrace this new technology. And it seemed almost seamless that we transition from face-to-face classes to online delivery. So it is always that they will step up to the plate, they welcome a challenge, and there is a team effort. I can always see, like, when I walk into the faculty room, you will see, they're conversing and sharing ideas as to, okay, you know what, I am encountering this in the class, but I think if you try this, this will work. So it's not about it's not what you call a one-person performance. It's a team effort.
As the school completes 30 years in existence, its #1 achievement, according to its staff, continues to be its graduates who excel within the community.
I'd say the addition of new programs, because we started off with 3 programs, and now we have way more, 10 programs. So I think that is like one of the major accomplishments of Moffitt Junior College, and also the graduates that we produce, because we have developed well so that we have lawyers and doctors, professionals, business people, entrepreneurs. I mean, it's wonderful to see my students succeed in life, no? And I'm so happy that I contributed in one way or another. As a matter of fact, several people who work here were my students, so I'm proud. I'm proud to be part of Moffitt Junior College. One of the things that I really like about Moffitt Junior College is the organization, the professionalism, how professional everyone is, I'm not talking about the dean and the assistant dean, but the people who work there. I mean, yes, of course they are, but I'm talking about the people at the front desk, the staff, the faculty. Everybody works with pride and professionalism, and I appreciate that.
Right. The Corozal Junior College in Corozal today held their long-awaited expo, attracting dozens of students and other members of the community. The expo featured several local businesses offering food, drinks, medical services, and beauty products, to mention a few. We spoke to a representative of the tertiary education institution who elaborated on how long days of planning lead to a successful event.
We've all been through some difficult times with the pandemic. We were worried that we wouldn't have the turnout that we would have expected after 2 years, but so far from what I'm seeing it's been good, it's been excellent. The kids and the department has been working arduously. The kids have put in a lot of work in it, and we're really satisfied knowing that we came off the pandemic. I think we've done a great job for the school and for our science department and for the sciences here at Corozal Junior College. In general, it's an expo. It's a CJC expo, and although we have a lot of businesses here, the groups for business programs are very small. So I believe that they have more groups and more styles, and more, in the sense that in the case for their students, they end up having more presentations than us.
Our first stop was at the business booths belonging to the students who were able to gain hands-on experience on how entering the workforce would be like.
We had this idea to come up with the pineapple flavors and so forth, so we actually did pina colada. We have different sweet and sour spices with shaved ice, including chamoyada, including pina bomb, and well, the major one is pina colada that we're actually doing today. Basically, it's actually busy today, being busy at the back doing pina colada and much more, but it's really exciting, and it's really to have so much people here, interacting with the school and so forth. Yeah.
Do you think you're ready for the business world now?
Well, actually, I'm preparing for that, so I guess I would have some background on it. So, yeah, I think I would be, ready for the business world.
As our news team got hungry, they were able to savor some Mexican-style food. This particular booth attracted a number of clientele today.
We came up with this business based on culture, and we know that we chose the mestizo culture since the mestizo culture is a unique culture where we celebrate unique dishes, and we chose relleno. And we all know that relleno, when you think about relleno, you think about the holidays, special events, right? This business has been really, really tough, but at the same time, it's a great experience to have. And I am positively sure that our business can go out in the real world and we can present this to the Corozaleños and have them enjoy a tasty meal anytime they want. And we can prepare them their meal how they please.
Our lens also focused on the science students today who took us to the future.
For my group, we created a wave tank to simulate how mangroves protect our coastlines. It took a while preparing this, but then I think we did a good job today.
What do you did to represent it?
Okay, so for the mangroves, we used foam and tubes, and then in the tubes we anchored the little tubes to represent the prop roots, and then we also used artificial leaves to give that effect of the mangrove tree.
How did people respond to your presentation?
I think a lot of people were interested in what we did. There were a lot of people that seemed interested about the types of mangroves that we had, and mainly the impact of the waves, because I think that's what draws people in, because our demonstration is basically, we have a paddle at the end, and then it pushes the water to simulate the waves that we can find here at the bay. I think that interested a lot of people coming here.
Did you get like particular questions?
Yes, I think a lot of questions came from like what type of mangroves we have here in Belize, and also how they're important. A lot of questions on that.
If you're looking for skin products, the booth of Salutaris was the right choice.
So what I have here, we have beauty products. We have brands from CeraVe, Cetaphil, a lot of pharmaceutical products, but we also have name brand products as well. What makes us stand out is that not only do we try to remain competitive with our prices, but we really value customer service. That is very, very important for us. So we try to message back our customers as soon as possible, within 10 minutes. It's all online. We just have some pickup spots where you can pick it up, and we offer free shipping here to Corozal.
Okay. For those people who are looking for beauty products, where can they find you? How can they find you?
Yeah, they can find me at Salutaris BZ. That's SALUTARIS BZ at Salutaris BZ. Okay. Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Your favorite product, what would that be?
My favorite product would have to be between the niacinamide, vitamin C, and sunscreen.
Why is that?
Because niacinamide helps balance oil control, so it minimizes your pores. Vitamin C because it evens out skin tone. It also is an antioxidant, so it helps filter out the UVA and UVB rays from the sun. And then the sunscreen adds a layer of protection to prevent skin cancer and more dark spots from forming.
The expo culminated at 4 p.m. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Monday, April 3rd here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at ctv3newsbz. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, have a safe and pleasant weekend. Thank you for watching and listening. Good night.